This is Gatehouse History. It's a relatively sleepy, picturesque Galloway town. It's a nice place to visit, close to the sea, surrounded with beautiful scenery and steeped in fascinating history. It might seem cute, quaint and quiet, but during the Industrial Revolution, this was a thriving centre of local industry. With 4 cotton mills, a brass foundry, a brewery, soap works, brickworks, tanneries and even mines, there was plenty of work here for locals. The town was also served by docks at Port Macadam and Boat Green, where there was a shipbuilding yard and rope works. The bypass now cuts the town off from Port Macadam, which was built as an upgrade to the docks at Boat Green. The river fleet had been deepened for £3,000 by James Murray, the local laird and owner of the Cali Palace. And the Murray family were the main drivers behind the industrialisation of Gatehouse. Gatehouse exported grain, mainly barley, and imported lime and coal through the harbour to drive its many industries. When the cotton industry began to collapse though, the port became financially unviable. Gatehouse started life as a small collection of houses surrounding the river crossing. A royal charter was granted to James Murray in 1795, making Gatehouse a borough of barony. A provost, 2 bailies and 4 town councillors were appointed. The brewery was perhaps the oldest industry in Gatehouse, dating back to 1784, and it was still operating as late as 1870. One of the earliest tanneries in the region was established in Gatehouse when James Murray granted a lease of land to John Barrowdale and George Atkinson for 15 years. He eventually became a partner in the tannery himself. The mines were in the hills above the town, and the most prolific of which was Inrick Mine, where copper was mined. It was opened in 1820 after labourers discovered copper ore there and was abandoned in 1857. The first cotton mill in Gatehouse was built in 1785. The Birtwhistles of Kirkcudbright had wanted to build their mill first on St Mary's Isle in Kirkcudbright, but the Earl of Selkirk objected. 4 were built altogether, owned by McWilliam, Scott & Co and Papel and Smith. Gatehouse's success inspired a rash of mill building in Galloway. James Murray constructed a series of lathes from Loch Wynion and Bushmoss to power the mills. The 2 bigger mills employed more than 300 workers between them in 1794, and the other 2 employed 100 each. The cotton industry, though utterly transformative, did not last long because it was soon being outcompeted by the much bigger mills in Paisley and Manchester. The mill of Papel was the first to close after only 4 years in 1795. The Birtwhistle mills were auctioned in 1810, and although they did reopen briefly in the 1830s and 40s, by 1858 they closed. After this, the big mill became a bobbin mill, which remained open until around the start of World War II. Scott's mill was converted to a sawmill. So, a brief but industrious time built the town of Gatehouse, which now survives with a much smaller population, mostly on tourism.